Tiana, Shana, I think I've solved part of the riddle. Which part? I think I know the queen who loves the moon is. Tiana rolls her eyes. Oh, how cute. The little police girl thinks she's some hotshot detective now. Why do you always have to be so rude, Tiana? We need to hear what Rina has to say. Shifu knows the answer too. Huh, me? Of course. You know the queen, who the queen is? Let me see, the queen of a game of chess. The queen is Grandma Hanayo, the queen of the night flower, definitely. But let me try to pick the wrong answer just for the sake of this video, okay? The queen is Grandma Hanayo. I think I forgot it. The queen has to be my grandmother. What made you come up with the answer? Well, she has like the queen of the house, and I guess she likes the moon? You aren't serious right now, are you? The girls look at me incredulously. The answer is actually a plant called the Queen of the Night. We just talked about it, Shifu. It is a cactus. Oh, maybe I should have thought that through some more. The Queen of Night is a type of cactus who lovely white flowers that only blooms at night. These plants typically bloom facing the moon and the flowers will wilt just before dawn. I see. My grandmother loves flowers. They are her pride and joy. It would make sense for her to make a riddle based on flowers. What about the first part of the riddle, the part with a black cat that sings in the morning? Is there a type of flower that shapes like a black cat? Rina shakes her head. I'm not sure. Are there any flowers that only blooms in the morning? Well, morning glories are the first thing that comes to my mind. The petals typically open in the morning and wither by the midday. They are usually a vibrant shade of blue or purple. Shifu, does your grandmother have morning glories? I don't know, we should check. Just be careful not to trample on any of her flowers. Understood. The four of us split up and look around for any signs of blue or purple flowers. After a few minutes, I can hear Rina's voice calling out to us from the other side of the courtyard. Hey guys, I found the morning glories. There's something else too. Shana, Tiana and I rejoin Rina at a flower bed with the morning glories. Rina bends over to pick up a small figurine in the shape of a black cat next to one of the flowers. It fits perfectly in her palms as she holds it out to us. Looks at this, it looks like a toy or something. That's cool and all, but doesn't it need to sing to fit the riddle? Tiana takes the cat-shaped trinket out of Rina's hand to inspect it closely. She then turns a knob behind the ornament's back, and a soft jingle resonates from it. It's a musical ornament. This has to be the black cat that sings in the morning. Rina, you did it. You solved the entire riddle. I hadn't considered the possibility of the riddle being tied to flowers. Figuring out the Queen of the Night is one thing, but you also managed to unravel the mystery of the singing cat. Maybe you do have what it takes to be a detective. Ah, stop it, you guys. You are making me blush. Rina. I'm just glad I could be of help. This is amazing. Rina was able to figure out everything on her own. I owe her a big time. What should I do? Nah, hug for 25 gems? You are out of your mind. Thank you for being so insightful. Did I do a good job, Shifu? You do a very great job, in fact, Rina. Yeah, thank you so much. I want to hug her, but I don't dare to do it in front of Tiana and Shana. Yeah, both of them are looking. That would be way too embarrassing. Let's hurry and tell my grandmother that we have solved the riddle. Rina frowns at me. Let me guess, I have a theory? I might wonder if my uncle would try to sabotage me or something. Rina frowns at me. Yeah, I guess we better hurry then. So the next phase of the riddle is to place both the musical black cat and the Queen of the Night in the same room. How do you suppose we do that if the Queen of the Night is a plant of flowers? My grandmother is very particular about her garden. She wouldn't want us to mess with the flowers in any way. That's okay, just leave it to me. I can carefully transfer one of the Queen of the Nights to a ceramic pot and replant it later. I'll make sure not to damage the stems or roots at all. Just sit tight and I'll be done in a jiffy. Glad we have a gardener like her on our side. Yeah, I look at Shana as she breathes heavily with her shoulders slumped forward. Are you okay, Shana? She nods weakly. Yeah, all this exercise is just a little too much for my body to handle. Tiana rolls her eyes. Tiana looks unimpressed at all. Sounds to me like you are just out of shape. Maybe you should stop eating so much junk food and leave your room more often. You are just jealous. Who would be jealous of a lazy bum like you? Oh no, here we go again. Shana, why don't you go back inside and lie down for a bit? We'll meet you back in the living room in a few minutes. Fine, a break does sounds nice. I'm not used to being out in the sun this long. Okay, he moved back and walked back to the mansion. My attention goes back to the flower bed where Rina carefully digs up the Queen of Night. Just as I'm about to offer some assistance, I hear loud footsteps approaching me from behind. Hey, what's the big idea, you creep? Give that back. Ha, finders keepers. Like I said, I already know my uncle would sabotage me. Uncle Joji has appeared out of nowhere and has snatched the musical black cat right off Tiana's hand. Uncle Joji! Before I can stop him, he storms over to where Rina is. He kicks the pot over and yanks up the plants with his bare hands, stomping all over my grandmother's flower bed. The flowers! How could you do such a thing? You're a monster. I'm surprised you fool managed to figure out the old hag's riddles. But I won't let you solve the puzzle. The inheritance is mine. No way, you are a dirty cheater. Tiana tries to snatch the black cat ornament from his grimy hand, but he shoves her back roughly. Tiana just dropped on the floor like that. Tiana loses her footing from the force of his push and falls to the ground. Tiana! I rush to her side to check on her. Oh no, are you alright? Ah, my ankle. It's twisted. Serve you right for trying to stop me. This guy is evil. I'm the rightful heir to that old hag's money. I'm her only son. Well, the only one that's alive anyway. He laughs darkly before turning to run back towards the mansion. Hey, stop. You're going to pay for hurting Tiana. I'll go after him. Rina sprints after my uncle and follows him into the mansion. I have to stop him, too. My ankle. Tiana groans in pain as she tries to stand up by herself. I need to stop my uncle, but I can't just leave Tiana like this. What should I do? Ignore Tiana and run for the Uncle Joji. Sorry, Tiana. I ain't helping you. It's fine, I understand. I'll catch up to you guys in a second. She whines in pain as she hobbles towards the house. She says she will be fine, so it should be okay if I leave her behind. I rush into the living room to see Uncle Joji shouting at Grandma Hanayo. What? What do you mean this isn't the correct answer to the riddle? You heard me, Joji. I said that you got the answer wrong. This is not the black cat that sings in the morning. You're incorrect about the queen who loves the moon too. It's not the flower. You are lying. These are the correct answers to the riddle. You're just trying your best to keep me from having the inheritance. I can't sit and watch any longer. What should I say? Shut up, Joji. You stole the answer from us, and now you're accusing your own mother of stealing from you? Do you even see the irony? Be quiet, kid. I didn't steal anything. You have no proof. Rina steps forward. Not only did you try to cheat, but you are harassing your own mother? Shut up, brat. I may be off the clock, but I can still arrest you for hurting my friends. Uncle Joji, why don't you just go on home before things get ugly? Threatening my friends and Grandma Hanayu is unforgivable. This is your last warning. Oh yeah? You think you are some kind of a tough guy, do you? I solved the riddle fair and square. Hanayu better cough up the inheritance right now before I make her. I raise my face as Uncle Joji takes a step towards me, but the sound of a loud meow temporarily distracts us both. Shana steps out of the shadow carrying a black cat in her arms. Your grandmother is right, Joji. You haven't solved the riddle. However, I have. Shana looks down at the cat in her arms. This is Luna, Grandma's Hanayo's cat. Every morning she cries and cries, hungry for food. I woke up early because I could hear her screaming or singing outside my window. Luna is the black cat that sings in the morning. Huh? You have to be joking. Grandma Hanayo looks at Shana, a small smirk on her face as she nods and urges Shana to continue. The queen who loves the moon is actually referring to Grandma Hanayo herself. You see, Luna is the Latin word for moon. Grandma Hanayo is the queen of the household, and she deeply loves Luna. No way, you can't expect me to believe something as dumb as the answer to the riddle. Congratulations, Kashiwagi-san. Your explanation was quite splendid. What? He throws both the black cat ornament and the queen of the night plant angrily to the ground and storms on them. You're all conspiring against me, I just know it. Moments later, Tiana comes hobbling into the room. This man assaulted me. She points an accusing finger at Uncle Joji. I'm going to file a police report and press charge against him right this instant. Uncle Joji glares at Tiana, his eyes burning with fury. You pesky brat! I do more than just hurt your ankle. The woman from yesterday, the one Tiana has presumed to be her long-lost sister, placed a hand on Uncle Joji's shoulder. Joji, let's go. We have wasted enough time here as it is. Just take a look at this woman's eyes. It's pretty beautiful. There's like a slight purple and hazel color. The combination is pretty good. I love it. The last thing we need right now is to deal with a lawsuit. We'll get the money eventually. Uncle Joji turns to face the woman before the anger visibly fades from his face. Fine, we have got better fish to fry. He turns to leave with the woman and shoots me one final glance over his shoulder. This isn't over yet, Shifu. I'll make sure you'll regret for double-crossing me. What did I ever do to double-cross you? You are crazy. I just want fair and square. You are the one who's trying to do all the sneaky tricks. Come on, Yuina. They are waiting for us. Uncle Joji and the woman take their leave, but I can hear Tiana gasping softly behind me. I knew it. This is Yuina, my older sister. She leans heavily against the door frame, staring at the space her sister occupied just moments ago. Grandma Hanayo finally speaks up as she smiles at Shana. Well done, my dear. If you hadn't come up with that solution to the riddle, I don't know what I would have done. I was just so sure Shifu would be the first to provide me the answer. I'm ashamed to admit that this old woman panicked a little bit. Huh? So you mean Shana's answer was incorrect? In a manner of speaking, however, I knew that Joji didn't figure it out on his own. You all did. But it's not like this place is filled with cameras to catch his every indiscretion. And if he truly thought there was a conspiracy against him, he could initiate legal proceeding against the estate. Everything is also very complicated when it comes to money. But Kashiwagi-san certainly is a quick thinker. But grandmother, you know I don't really care about the money. I just want my family back to the way it used to be, before everyone was consumed with greed. I know, my dear, hopefully things will get better from now on. I don't like how Joji threatened us all. It might be worth filing a report against him at the station as a precaution. I agree. Please forgive him. His brother's death left him shouldering the burden of an entire family that he was ill prepared for. I will. We will keep an eye out for the time being. But we need to get Tiana to a doctor and make sure her ankle isn't broken. You worry too much, I'm fine. But her eyes falls upon the exit to the room once more. I want to go home too. There are things I needed to take care of right away. I know you want to meet your long-lost sister, Yuina. I'm sad to see you all go, but I'm glad you were able to visit. She turns to face the three girls with a warm smile. Thank you for helping Shifu solve the riddle. Next time we meet, I hope it's for a happier reason. She leans over to me. I can't wait to see which one you will choose. All three girls blushes, stunned by my grandmother's word. I never considered the possibility of. It's a nice thought though. Me get married to Shifu? Oh no. In your dreams. Rina giggles with a blissful expression on her face. Yeah, you see, Rina is so happy, you know. Out of these three girls, I would prefer her. First of all, her facial expression is always happy. Second of all, she is always kind towards me and, you know, never speak anything ill towards me and always helpful and all those good stuff, okay? Rina is the best option. It's always been a dream of mine to one day get married. The atmosphere in the room is suddenly very different. I'm going to pack my things. I'll see you guys back in the car. Bye. I just leave without choosing any one of them.